What is up, guys and gals? My name is Mr. Moose, and today we're back in the garage with a little more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Alright, so as you can tell, a few things have changed in our garage. Moved a few cars around, and we got some new ones. If you were with us Tuesday night in the live stream, you know about this one. It was a 57 Chevy that we found in the junkyard. Paid a little bit, like, I think maybe like $12,000 for it. Might have been $8,000. It wasn't a whole lot. And it was a huge junker. But we fixed it up, made it into an absolutely beautiful car. And we made pretty good money on it. It is, if we look at it now, it's worth right around $53,000. So not bad at all. And actually about what you would buy one of these for today if you found one in this sort of condition. So we were pretty impressed with that. And looking good. Got a little two-tone seats in there. Little tuck and roll. Anyways, nice little car. We had a fun time building that out. Also built the Sakura Moon during that build. That archive will be up available on YouTube later on today if you want to check that out. And then at the end of yesterday's video, the one thing I did forget to do is show you the production value on this one. Remember, this one came in dirt cheap, like $4,000, $5,000 when we bought it. $29,774. That's what the final rate on that is. Great car. I probably will not sell this unless I just decide to take the mod out. Probably will hang on to it. I may change the colors up a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe doing a custom color scheme for it. But anyways, that is not what we're here for today. We're here for this guy, the boss. Well, sort of the mini boss anyways. 1969, 1970, the Ford Motor Company put these guys out. This is the 302, the Boss 302. There was a Boss 429 as well. So this is the baby Boss. And yeah, saw this one in the workshop and said, gotta have it. Gotta have it. So I loaded it up and spent 26 trips to the junkyard to find it. It took it a while to show up. And yeah, this is all I get. I did a little picking in the junkyard. I did manage to find bumpers for it and the trunk. Never was able to find the left fender or the hood for it. So this is what we're stuck with, though. It's a nasty thing. I paid $8,000 for it in the junkyard. And as you can see, it's only worth $48,000. So we got some work ahead of us to do to make this thing shine like it did in '69. And yeah, so let's get started on it today. If you enjoy the build, as always, make sure you like that video, share it with your friends, make a comment down below, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel as we try to do new videos each and every day. And welcome to everybody who has subscribed recently. The channel just going over 42,000 subscribers, and it's just amazing what has been going on. So what is that? Is that a plate underneath there? Weird. I don't have motor access through there. I feel like I need a flashlight. But anyways, all right. So let's just double check that we don't need oil, because in the update today, there was an update to the game today where now if you don't drain the oil, there is a penalty once again for forgetting to drain the oil. That is something that was in CMS 15, but has been missing from 18. So that is now in the game. So pay attention and make sure that you get the oil done. Apparently, I don't have. Oh, there is the drive shaft. Yeah, it looks like the drive shaft and everything doesn't come through the base of this. And I haven't really looked at this car at all, other than the pictures I've seen in the workshop. It was like, I gotta have it, you know? The Boss 302. It was a hot car. Of course, they re-released it a few years ago for the Trans Am Racing League. But in 69, 70, this was a beast. It was Ford's answer to the Camaro. When Ford put out the Mustang, they owned the market with it, but then Chevrolet put the Camaro out. And the Camaro had that small block and then big block V8 in it. It had more horsepower than the Fords did, because the Fords only had like 290s in them. And so, you know, this was Ford's answer to try and get the market back with a beefier engine. So the 302 and the 429 were born, and they were something else. And of course they were in the racing, in the Trans Am back in that era as well. All right, so let's pull this out, put it in our pocket, and we'll send that back over there, and then we'll mount the engine up on here. All right, so we're looking at a V8 2-carb overhead valve engine. That's a little disappointing because it should have a shaker scoop on top of it. Hopefully he did that, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like he just put the 4 bangers on here, and this looks pretty much like a stock engine, so it's not going to be the same as the engine you would have seen back in the day. But anyways, oh, a little framiness there. Hello. Oh, hopefully that doesn't continue on and is not a vermin of this particular car or whatever. Anyways, let me check my inventory, see what I got in here. All right, we should be good. Let's get going on building the undercarriage of this here automobile. All right. Anyways, thanks for all the great comments everybody's been leaving on the builds and everything. Thanks for all the bad comments everybody's leaving on the build. Hey, view's view, right? You know, hey. Some people don't know how to say nice things, but anyways, thanks for everybody who's been commenting and everything, and on the videos. Let me know you like them, and then of course the people who think I don't know anything about automobiles. I really enjoyed the one the other day. This guy literally knows nothing about automobiles. That was great. That's great, because I literally don't even know what, you know. I mean, if you literally know nothing about an automobile, you wouldn't even know what an automobile was. Oh, today's youth. This is what we're headed for. All right, let's get this off of here. And we'll go with the brake calipers off. Pull off the pads. Pull off the disc. And we'll get that wheel hub out, get that off. There we go. I've also been to the junkyard a bit doing some parts picking. Of course, I was looking for parts for this thing. But I've also been, you know, Mother Hubbard's cupboard's starting to get bare from parts that I've been putting on all these restoration projects. So I did take a little bit of time to refresh my stock, so hopefully I've got some more parts for like the V8s and especially the V8 overhead valve. We've been building a ton of those motors because it seems like every one of these classic muscle cars has the V8 overhead valve in here. So all right, let me get all these bushings out. We'll pull this cross member, and then we can go see what we can repair. Anyways, hope you guys also enjoyed the tutorial yesterday on how to put the cars in. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of the videos, you'll want to go check out part 2 of the 1932 Ford build. In it, in the very beginning, the first 5 minutes of the video, I walk you through how to put mods into the game. So if you're wondering, like, how do I get this 302 to build it, it's in the Steam forums, and I show you exactly how to find all of these cars and how to put them into the game in that video. So if you want to know how to put custom cars into the game, go check that out, and it'll help you out a little bit. Bottom suspension arm we're going to need. We need 2 brake calipers. We need a brake cylinder, of course, the disc and the pads for it. We're also going to need 2 knuckle C's. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah. I was thinking about just buying stuff out of the shop, but I may have to go over to the warehouse over there and look and see what I got, because that's starting to become a lot of parts. We did get the cross member. The hubs are good. We'll need our 12 bushings. The steering rack is good. Sway bar inlink B's, an upper suspension arm, and of course we always need the hub bearings and suspension B, and then of course 2 double wishbones to go on there as well. So yeah, let's walk over here. See if we got any bottom suspension, upper suspension, any C knuckles out of all that picking that I did. That'll help us out a little bit, save us a little bit of money on parts. All right, so let's get over here on suspension. There we go. Let's see. Let's go knuckle C. Nope, don't have that. Come on now, update. All right, so let's look for bottom suspension arm B. I think always bottom suspension arm A. That's rear sway bar. God, I don't think I'm gonna get lucky at all today with this. I think we're gonna be buying a whole lot of parts. Bottom suspension arm. Oh, no, 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 don't sell it. Keep it. Supposed to keep that. Lower suspension arm. Wait, it wasn't lower suspension arm. We need this upper, dummy. All right, so just come here through real quick and see. Yeah, we're out of luck. We're buying a lot of stuff today. All right, let me double check it real quick and then we'll go from there. So I did pick up 1 bottom suspension arm, right? Sort by name. What did I pick up? I could have swore I had a bottom suspension arm in. Oh, wait. Hit that button there. There we go. Now we got 2 bottom suspension arms. We're good. 2 brake calipers, 1 cylinder, 2 brakes, 2 pads. The covers are good. 2 knuckle C's, sway bar B, the lower suspension arm. A whole bunch of those. Oh, no, no lower suspension arm. Upper suspension arm. All the bushings, wheel hubs, caps. All right, let's do this. Memory test. Here we go. Suspension. All right, so we got both of the bottom suspension arms in. We need 2 of these. And coming across through here. Yep. 2 of these. 2 of those. A couple of these. 1 of those. 2 of these. 2 of those. Coming across here. What else did we need? 12 of these. Not 13, just 12. There we go. 2 of these. Couple of these. Couple of those. And 1 of them. And I do believe that's it for that side of it. Then we go to the brakes. Needed 2 of these. 1 of those. Couple of these. And a couple of them. All right. Let's put it back together and see how close we came. All right, so first things first, put the cross member back in. Put all our bushings in. Don't forget any of these, because if you don't do them right now in the beginning, chances are you'll get to the other side and you'll forget to put one in, and then you'll get ready to go out the garage door with it, and you'll be like, oh, I'm missing a bushing somewhere on it. Where could it be? Probably on that front cross member. All right, let's drop that in there. And we'll drop that in there. And then we can start hanging off some knuckles. We'll go put our bottom suspension arm on first. Good. All right. And then we'll put the top on here. And once again, I've gone shopping, and instead of coming out and going straight over to the spring machine and making my double wishbone suspension, I didn't. So I'm gonna have to go over there and build those up, because I never do. I always forget to do it. It should be like the first thing I go do, but I just don't think about it. my mind, I'm just going to run over there, throw the spring in, put the upper and the lower suspension arm on, button the whole thing up, and then slam a shock right up the center of it, and it's going to be right. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Not in this game. Alright, I did put one together, right? Alright. Back to the car we go. Let's get that suspension put together. So, we'll put our shock absorber assembly in. It's just highly unrealistic, but anyways. Then we'll put this plate on. Put that on there. And then we will put the hub bearing in. Then we'll put that on. Put in some new pads. And put on our brake caliper. So we got a little whoa up on the front. Oh yeah, we still got to put the tie rods in. I stopped short to put those in before I put the shock absorbers in. All right, that side is done. I'll rinse and repeat over here on this side. I've never really had any experience with the 302, other than just, you know, like watching it go by down in the street and going, ooh, nice, fancy paint job. But other than that, nah, not really much experience with the 302. And to be honest with you, it wasn't really my car of choice back in the day. I was into the Chevelles back in the day. Those were the cars I really liked. Chevelles, Camaros. I wasn't really a Ford guy. I liked the hot rod side of it, but when it came to muscle cars, the Chevelles were my car. I don't know. There was just something I liked about them. That and the Camaros. Like a ragtop Camaro. 68 ragtop. Oh, nice car. Put that back in there. My dad, though, he liked the 302 and 429s. I mean, you have to respect the motor itself, just because it was such a beast on that 429. But again, the Boss 302, it is one of those iconic cars of the muscle movement there. All right, so let's get this back tire off of here. I think I'm going to trash these rims, put something different on. I mean, no disrespect to the guy who did this, and he's going for a period look. It just doesn't do it for me. I think we're going to put something smoky and hot on here for the rims. So I think we're going to ditch the ones that came with it. Put something really sexy on here. I mean, because if this is a resto, I'm not going for a factory look on this. I'm going for a custom look. So we'll put some killer treads on it, and nice set of wheels. Make it look good, because these just kind of look, I mean, they're not even fixed up, but they just kind of don't do it for me. There we go. Of course, we have to live within the limitation of the rims that are in the game. That'd be cool if, like, one of the DLCs they put in was just all kinds of custom body parts that were a bit more hip and not as stock looking as what they've got in the game. Some spinners, crazy stuff like that. Be nice. Alright, so pull that. And while we're down here, we'll go ahead and pull rear muffler V8, middle muffler. Come on now. Come on. Guess I can't see through that part of the car. Hello. But there it is. What are you? The front exhaust pipe VOHA and the middle muffler? Huh. No catalytic converter? All right, good to go. I guess catalytic converters weren't really mandatory on any cars back this day and age. All right, let's go ahead and slammer up through here on all these parts and see which ones we get repaired out. There we go. So open inventory. And we'll update the parts list here by doing that. And then we'll sort by name again. And that way I can start at the top and just kind of go through. Of course, we know we need suspension. And as far as the brake goes, we need 2 drums. We got good shoes. That's great. And we need 1 drum cylinder for this. Let's see. Get through the rest of these parts that we don't need. We got good leaf springs. We need 1 plate, 2 U-bolts. Our axle is good, so that's great. Let's see. Rear housing knuckle B we're gonna need. 1 solid axle. And 4 small rubber bushings, right? And then we also need middle muffler, rear muffler, V8, and then I need the front one. It was the V8 OHVA, fuel tank, and the fuel pump. All right, let's see if we can get all this stuff. All right, so brakes. Let's go ahead and get 2 of these, 1 of those, and we had shoes, right? Exhaust, might as well go do the exhaust while we're here. I need 2 of these. Did I get both of those? I hope I got both of those. 2 of those. And 2 of these. Under engines. Come on, engine. Let's just go fuel. Come on. There we go. Get that. And get that. Then we can go to suspension, clear that out so we don't have that up there. And then we'll start working on our rear suspension. We'll start at the bottom and go up. It usually works better. I didn't look at the hub 4s though. Oh, that's the one part I didn't look at to see whether I need it or not. Let's go 4 of these. 1 of those. Let's see, what else do I need? 1 of those. And 2 of these. And I think I needed 1 of those. And the leaf strings were good. Gosh, I don't know about that plate. The plates were the only one I didn't take a look at to really pay attention on. I failed. Oh, the hub plates are good. All right. Backing plates, however you want to call them. They have some weird names for some of the parts in here. They're not necessarily the same names that I would use in real life. But back plate, whatever you want to call it. Hey, let's go ahead and put the fuel tank in while we're right here. I'm gonna make a couple of shortcuts here. Put the fuel pump in while we're here right next to it. And then we'll swing across, grab this leaf spring, sling that up in there. And then we'll get this small rubber bushing there. And this small rubber bushing there. And I forgot the shock absorbers. That's what I didn't get. That's all right. Those should be B's. Those should be shock absorber B for the rear end. We'll get everything else buttoned up and then we'll go get those real quick. Sling over to that side. And let's get the plates put on for this side. Try to go in order. So that it's secure to the car before we start putting the rest of it on there. There you go. Then we put the rear housing knuckle B on. Put our wheel hub 4. See, this isn't a hub. This is a plate. So that's the reason it's like, well, some of the names on some of this stuff doesn't match. All right. Drum cylinder. You know, put the little pin through the back. Put the brake shoe in place, put the little spring right there. You know, get all your springs in here, get your little spacer right down there, and then you put the drum on. Oh yeah. And then we jump across to the other side of the car, so we can do the exact same thing over here. And we'll go ahead and get that in place. And we'll go ahead and get the wheel hub in there. That isn't really a wheel hub that we've already explained. I don't know. It just drives me crazy, some of this. Alright, some brake shoes. Yep. And they put the drums in there. And that much is done. Jump in here real quick. Grab the shock absorbers for the rear end, which should be shock absorber B. Yep. Go back into assemble mode. Put that there. And jump over here. Put that one in place. All right, so then now we can go get underneath it. And wait, this only has single exhaust? Ah, yeah, there we go. I was about to say, this thing only's got single exhaust on it. It should have dual exhaust. Of course, I'm hanging exhaust without the engine in the car, but you know, some of this stuff we can take exception to. All right. Nice. All right, so that is done. And we're good to go with the rest of this stuff. So let's sell. Let me look and make sure what we can sell here. The gearbox is good. The drive shaft is good. So let's get rid of the rest of this stuff. 225/50 R16s is what is on this car. Let's look at rims real quick. So we need 16 series rims for the car. That's fine. If we go look at the rims, so I mean, instead of something like that or whatever, I'm thinking, you know, maybe something a little bit nicer, something a little bit more like this, a little more modern, something like that. Maybe a little bit modern. I mean, I don't want to go period piece with this. I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting, a little more snazzy. I saw this rim. I saw this rim earlier, and I really liked it. I'm thinking it might be a cool rim. See, that looks too much like a Dodge or something. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to put the 16s on there. I'm going to buy 4 of them. Alright, so now we got to get the tires for it. And the tires on this is what I don't know what brand of tire. It's probably like the sport tire. But we'll go ahead and spool one of it off so we can see what it was. Top speed. So no, I don't want to sell. Show me the name of the tire there, buddy. Vintage tire B, 225/50 16s. All right, so vintage tire B. Vintage tire B, that's it right there. 16 225s, 50 series, and we need 4 of them. Let's get that, and let's get them all mounted up. So here we go. I don't know. Now that I look at that rim, it might be more of a Challenger rim, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see how it looks. I just want to do something different today. I know, this also goes to show you don't have to put the exact same stuff back on the car. You can put whatever you want to on it as far as like the rims and ribs and tires. You change the size of the tires up. If you want to put maybe a little wider tire on there, a little squattier stance, you can do that as well. You can up the size of the rim if you want a little more ground clearance on it. However you want to do it, you can change things out. It's up to you. And grab that. All right. And that just looks like such a boring rim when you look at it. Doesn't do anything for me. All right, so we'll get these balancings done, and then we will put her back on the back on her feet. And we will have a working undercarriage. Then it's a matter of building the power for it. And then putting a shiny new dress on. Here we go, last one. While that is doing its thing, let's get up here, put these on. Come on. There we go. Let's grab this last one off of here real quick. And we put those on there. Excellent. All right, so let's squat her down on the ground. Kind of get a look at it from afar. Yeah, I kind of like that better. I kind of like that better than those generic little wheels. Especially once we get it all cleaned up, painted up and everything, I think it'll look pretty good. But it's a start, right? So anyways, I got to sell all this junk out of here and make room for the rest of this stuff. But anyways, I will sell junk. Yep, that helps out a little bit, but it still doesn't get rid of everything. Anyways, I'll clear that out a little bit later. I'm going to wrap up the episode right here. And then we'll come back and we'll do the power and get her all cleaned up and painted in our next episode. As I said, I don't want to make these episodes really long. I want to keep them moving along. Give you guys one a day, you know. Plus, there's also the live stream archive. If you guys want to watch that, there's 2 builds in there for you. So it starts out with the Secura Moon, and then we move into the 57 Chevy. So if you want to see the 57 Chevy video, you can watch that in the archive from that, as well as the Moon one. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow with the final build on this, clean it up and get the paint job and get her all going. So again, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button for me. Go ahead and comment down below. Share the video with your friends, and of course, if you like, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget, go back and watch our well, actually, just go ahead and do it in here. If you want to go ahead and enter in for the giveaway that we're doing on Friday, we're giving away a copy of the game for Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. If you'd like to pick up a copy of it, make sure you leave a comment down below that just says congratulations on 32K, and then say enter me to win CMS 18. On Friday, I will tabulate up all the names that have entered in, and I will draw out a name, and somebody is going to get a copy of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. All right, it's part of our Viewer Appreciation Week. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel, and come on back and join me tomorrow. I will see you then. Until then, stay safe, have a great day, see you later, God bless you, bye-bye.